We're here at the Golem Arcana booth, and Ray Winiger is going to give us a little bit of a demonstration about how the game works, what the components do, how a turn might work. So Ray?
So Golem Arcana is a fully featured tactical miniatures game that taps into a smart device like a smartphone or tablet to basically deliver a whole new rich experience. So we use the technology for a couple of different things. The first thing is the technology makes the game way simpler, faster, and easier to play. So all that difficult rules management, bookkeeping, that sort of stuff that's often associated with games like this, the app does all that. There's no need to ever read a rule book, consult the rules. The app will always explain how to play it. The app will handle all that sort of stuff. So that dramatically speeds play. But in addition to that, the app also allows us to deliver a bunch of features that make for a little bit richer and deeper experience than it's been possible to deliver in a tabletop miniatures game before. For instance, our scenario designers have this very, very robust toolkit that they can use to embed surprises, secrets, and all sorts of hidden fun into the games themselves. Things that are unknown to either player when play begins. So as we traipse across the battlefield, we might encounter non-player characters and have conversations with them that can affect the outcome of the battle. We might blunder into spaces that contain secrets. We might unlock a fetch quest that we can complete in the middle of our minis game to sort of have an impact on the tactical situation. All of that. In essence, the app can sort of act like a game master in a role-playing game. Now, another real exciting example of that is our fantasy world of Aretsu, the setting for Golem Arcana, is actually a living world that is in the fate of which is in the hands of our players. So every time a game of Golem Arcana is played, the complete results of that game are uploaded to our servers, and it's the results of those thousands and thousands of games that really dictate the fate of the various factions in Aretsu. Every time we sit down to play, our particular game might turn out to be one of those pivotal battles in the war that really changes gameplay for everyone. So it's really exciting.
Okay, so how does the, I see he's got the little stylus pen there, and he's touching that, to various spots on the board. Well, what is the recognition that's happening here that we see happening on the app?
So all of the game pieces are imprinted with a fine mesh of dots that essentially contain a code, and that stylus he's using there is a Bluetooth device that's connected to that tablet, and there's an optical sensor at the end of the Bluetooth device that's reading that code that's embedded on all those printed pieces there, and that's how the game pieces communicate with the smart device.
Awesome. And so, like we see the different units here, do these have like different codes embedded into them, or they didn't realize the location?
They do indeed. So all the capabilities of an individual golem are embedded in these stickers here around the golem's base and on the card that also represents the golem. So both the base and the card describe all the various powers and abilities the golem has, and you trigger those abilities in play just by tapping the appropriate area on the base or on the card.
Oh, I see. So if you tap over here where the lightning bolt is, you'll do the lightning bolt.
You'll do the lightning bolt, exactly. In fact, that gives me an opportunity to illustrate sort of the simplicity of it. So if I wanted to shoot a lightning bolt from this character to that character, I would just tap lightning bolt and the character he wants to shoot at, and then the app would do all that gamer math, would calculate all the bonuses, modifiers, and so forth, tell me what my odds are of hitting, and let me just make the attack.
Okay, so it knows what terrain is there on the board and all
of that. It knows what terrain. It knows, if this guy has various conditions affecting him, like he's been fatigued or he's been hit with something that zapped his ability. It knows if he has you notice the golems here are piloted by these little sorcerers. It knows if his little sorcerer pilot has a particular bonus in this situation. It keeps track of all that stuff and reminds you of it when it's necessary.
And then in terms of like how the scenarios work, you mentioned there's some online interaction. Do you pull the scenarios down? Do you have some basic ones that you run through?
Sure. So when you first download the app, and you get the app from the iTunes Store, the Google Play Store, it's free, the Golem Arcana app, it comes stocked with a number of scenarios you can play. And so a scenario basically defines how to lay out the board, who the opposing forces are, and usually that comes in the form of, you know, this is a game for 500-point armies, a game for 1,000-point armies. You create your own army under those parameters to play the scenario. And it also tells you how you win the particular scenario, what the victory conditions are. Now, new scenarios are being released all the time, and your app will automatically download those. Those are free. So, you know, oftentimes, just about every time you sit down to play, it'll seem, oh, here's a new thing we can try. Here's a new scenario, new game we can try.
Now, is this, I see it's available for sale here. Is it out in distribution? Can people pick it up?
It is. It went on sale in retail stores yesterday, so just before the convention started here on Wednesday. It is out now. The base game set, the first 4 expansions, and the first expansion tile set are all out in retail stores now. New releases coming almost monthly.
Okay, cool. Well, awesome. Thanks, Ray. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it as well. My pleasure.